and it is also a wonderful debugging integrator platform, and it can also be utilized for IoT applications and solutions. But as I tell you, if you want to be connected, you can go towards TESL2 and Arduino, because they are not very expensive. It's 3,000 to 4,000 you can get those hardware, and the software is also easily available, so you don't have to purchase the software also. Again, the same step with the platform IO installation, it also have an ID, so you can go. And the thing is that the IO has the its connectivity with Python. So if it's more of like people who are comfortable with Java can go towards TESL, people who are comfortable to Python can go towards more towards platform IO, and you have to go and simple install that IO from the Google, and you can get the hardware and get the installation being done. So the thing is that it's more specific in terms of the language preference. So if you are comfortable with Java, or you are comfortable with Python, you can select your IoT development platform as according to your usage. Then IBM Watson is also a very important machine that is being utilized as one of the future predicting tool, and it is also being utilized as an IoT development environment, and it is used for IoT developers for doing the cognitive search and content analytics, and it can be efficiently done by this particular Watson environment. But thinking of it as a specific hardware and software connectivity is then you should go towards Arduino, or you should go towards TESL2. But if you have more of predicting information, if you have more of AI usage, or if you have more of deep learning and machine learning programming to be done, then you can go towards IBM Watson. Then Raspberry Pi, that is the Raspberry Pi, is also again one of the very important IoT development Pi board. This is also being utilized, and important thing is that it is the best tool for Raspberry Pi for IoT development. Like the Arduino, it is also very efficiently being utilized, and you can go towards some like as I told you, there are simple installation. You have to first purchase the hardware and then go towards the installation. And the thing is that it's again Raspberry Pi is more connected to Python, so you can look at the language you are comfortable and go towards the installation of these tools. Then another important IoT tool is the Open Scada. Open Scada is, as I told you, again, it is coming from the Eclipse IoT platform, and it is independent to any platform and is known for its security and flexibility. So as we'll be discussing about the security also of IoT, because as we have specified that security can be issue for various IoT development environments and IoT developers. So when you compare Open Scada says that it has more security in terms of Arduino, in terms of the other environments, but this has to be specified by some efficient source, then only it can be accepted environment, because the security is being specified when you have more of hacking being done, then your security is being lapsed. So you can use Open Scada, and Open Scada is supporting various programming languages and consists of sub projects like Atlantis, UTgrad, Orilla. So it is working with different types of projects for IoT development environments. Then the next thing is that you need to specify is Node-RED. Again, this is coming from the Node.js platform, and Node-RED is again a Java environment. So if you have more specification or more usage towards Java, and you have more knowledge about Java, then you can go towards the Node-RED, and it was developed by IBM with the aim of providing a user-friendly interface for developers and allowing them to connect with the devices easily. And as I told you, it is again a part of the Node package manager, like your as we discussed the Node.js. So it is again one of the important part of IoT development environment. So we can again check how to install the Node-RED installation. It is also not a very difficult process. So if we have the Windows 10 environment, again we need to do what? We have to go to the Google and just the Node.js installation being done. This is your Node.js installation. Like I told you, you need to install and start download. Your Node-RED installation will start. Again, you need to open it, and we need to do with a 64-bit. And these are just installation steps. and we have to install it. Just clicking on the installation, and your installation, and it can be avoided. If you don't need some extra features, then you can avoid those extra features, but it's better to get all the features. So Node.js get installed. Then on the terminal, you can press any key to continue. And these are some extra tools for you automatically. These are some commands that you will be getting, and depending upon your internet speed, it will take, and this installation will cover all the Node.js installation, and this will be done, and it will take time depending upon your internet speed, as I told you. And now we go to the command prompt and WinR type command, and we search for node/v, that is a version 12.13.1, and it's a part of npm install npm -- and global we do. So then it's check for the and installations, and we get all these updations being done. Now the Node.js and npm get installed. Now we need to install Node-RED. Again, what we do, go to install G, unsafe permission Node-RED. Now the Node-RED gets successfully installed. Again, we check for Node-RED. Allow access is being done. And an IP address will be specified to use the Node-RED installation, and you will be opening this type of a window in which you can start your simulation environment with the Node-RED environment, and you can make changes, hello, okay, and anything that you want to write. It is more of a kind of a simulator environment with the Node-RED, and this gets successfully done, and we check the connections with the various nodes. Okay, so this is also a tool that can be utilized if you are going towards some simulator environments. Then we have the Kinomo Create. It is also being like more towards the JavaScript environment, in which you can develop the IoT applications for connecting with light, temperature, or movement with sensors and mobile notifications and so on. And like when we talk about a laser beam type of an environment or automatic alarm bell, these are all utilized by using the Kinomo Create environment. Then another important tool is a Device Hive. Device Hive is also being utilized, and which is a machine-to-machine communication framework, and it was launched in 2012. And the important thing is, was a Dart Arts Aljoin-based device, and it is considered one of the most preferred IoT app development platforms. So Device Hive is more towards an app development platform, and it is a cloud-based API that you can control remotely without the need for any type of a network configuration. And the thing is that it has a dynamic community and myriads of online resources that can help you to connect with the Device Hive also. But Device Hive is more utilized by people who are into the application development environment. So there's some differences you need to select out. You need to find out whether you are going towards a hardware kind of an environment, whether you're getting for a simulator kind of environment, or whether you're getting for an app development environment. So these things need to be tracked out first for your application that needs to be developed, and then you need to use the tool. Then nowadays, since we are talking about smart homes and we are talking about the smart cities, so this is a home assistant. It is again an open source tool that is primarily aimed at home automation and functions with Python based coding system. So as I told you, whether we talk about your Java, whether you talk about your Python, whether you talk about your any type of language, these type of languages will be supporting the environment in terms of your connectivity. So it's important first to understand that you are comfortable with which particular language. So nowadays, if we say that if you are need to go towards, because IoT is nothing unless and until it is connected with big data. IoT is nothing unless and until you have machine learning or you have your artificial intelligence, or you have your big data connected with IoT. So you think about that particular platforms also, and then choose your particular tool. The IoT system developed with this tool can be easily controlled with mobile or desktop browsers. Furthermore, its up is easy, and it is trusted for security and privacy also. The software supports any system which are running on Python 3, and all the system get regular updates within 2 weeks. And despite the lack of the cloud components, why it is not utilizing the cloud components? Because it was more being designed for a home assistant type of an environment. And importantly, because if we will be connected with the cloud, the security can be an issue. So that's why home assistant, it's mostly being specified in terms of the utilization in terms of the database, which is not very efficiently or not very utilized in terms of the cloud environment. Then we have how, as I told you, unless and until, whether we talk about IoT, whether we talk about artificial intelligence, whether we talk about any kind of environment, these environments will be of no use unless and until, if we talk about the current pandemic, if we talk about the current scenario, you utilize this particular knowledge, you utilize this particular time in order to serve the society. I can tell you that in terms of India, around 12 to 13 startups in terms of IoT utilization, in terms of artificial intelligence scenarios, in terms of machine learning, they have been set up. And when we talk about the T-Hub incubator, whether we talk about startups in Gurgaon, whether we talk about startups by IIT Delhi, they all have started, and nothing special they are doing. I can tell you, they are utilizing, suppose when we talk about the drone, whether we talk about the CCTV cameras, they are utilizing the same hardware setup and changing the programming in terms of signaling people if they are not maintaining social distancing, and in order to connect the people if they are not wearing a mask, or if they are not doing the rules that are being specified for this particular pandemic scenario. So in this particular situation, we need to understand that all these our tools, our languages, our support systems need to be connected, because as I told you in the starting, again, lockdown alone will not serve any purpose. You have to develop, and you have to connect technology with it. So Arduino has started doing that work. Arduino are doing their bit to assist in reducing the impact of the virus through a series of actions that supports the design and production of the medical equipment and solution that will help the rebuild everyday life. Now, what they are doing, they are developing some hardwares which are kind of prototyping and productions, and they are prioritizing stocks for companies prototyping and producing medical equipments, PPE, and social distancing enabled solutions. So Arduino is responding in terms of this particular scenario. Now, what they are doing, they are helping in restarting the businesses. So what they are doing, they are adapting to the new technology environments. The Arduino provides customizable options to quick transfer your business for the world with the COVID-19. It can be used to monitor the working environment to ensure social distancing in either a factory or office space, and Arduino is there to help. So if you have a business, if you are a startup, you can connect with Arduino, where Arduino will provide you some kind of IoT enabled network, where when we start that you have to maintain some rules, whether you have to maintain some social distancing, all that can be done very efficiently by using the IoT tools and IoT developing environments. Then also, what else that is being done? Community initiatives, not only helping the businesses, what the IoT developing platforms are doing, whether we are talking about Arduino, they are helping the healthcare industry, because I can tell you that this is the most reliable and most working industry in this particular pandemic. We all were at our homes, but this particular industry industry were in its gear up, and now also, as we say that this COVID-19 or this pandemic will be staying. So what is Arduino is doing together? It's connecting people to develop projects to combat the COVID-19. It is running an emergency response forum, a community contest, online conferences, people talking to each other, interacting and working together to have a positive impact for the future. This is very important. Many of the, as I told you, the T hubs and other startups, they have connected with Arduino, and they have connected with other, because many companies are giving some live projects, working with the people. They are giving some projects, some initiatives, especially in case of this particular community initiatives in terms of the healthcare industry. So work is going on in terms of IoT at a very fast pace. Now they are also utilizing IoT for remote learning, remote working and making at home, providing educators with online tools for remote learning, and allowing users to configure, board, develop and share projects with Arduino Create. You can also utilize the Arduino Create environment where these all type of online resources are being available. And the importance of these particular resources is that you can run your project, you can get help from Arduino Create, you can show your live project, and you can solve your doubts also by using the Arduino Create environment. Now, the thing is that when we talk about the impact of COVID-19 of Internet of Things, then we need to divide our specifications on short term and the long term. So we need to specify the impact on the enterprise. So when we talk about the enterprise, obviously the economy has been affected, the cost has to be reduced, and we need to create better transparency in terms of your business environment, and we need to make the processes more automated. That's very important, because nowadays we say that touching can be an issue, or connecting can be issue. So connecting can be done in a best possible environment, and that best possible environment is making more automation. And when we talk about enterprise solutions, we have supply chains and manufacturing capacity becoming more flexible and resilient. That can be done if they are connected and they are more automated. Now what is the specification with IoT applications? When we are talking about, people are more getting informations with when we have drones, when we are talking about we had a red zone or a green zone, there were drones seen flying, and this is all the effort due to the IoT based solutions, and they are helping people. We can see in China and other countries various types of robots are being created, and rather than people going to each other and helping out, the robots are helping out. Then tracking solutions, and as I told you, IoT cannot be completed unless and until you are connected with big data and machine learning environment with that. In the next session, we'll be seeing how big data and how your machine learning environments play a very important role in the IoT solutions. Then the thing is that when we talk about any kind of a smart city, when we talk about any kind of solutions that will be helpful, then these IoT is playing a very important role. So when we talk about the impact of the COVID-19 on Internet of Things, there is impact on any economy, but the thing is that you need to devise solutions, you need to understand the concepts, and you need to connect with the world in this particular pandemic environment. These are all the references of whether it's the Eclipse usage, whether it's the Arduino usage, whether it's going for platform IO, or whether any kind of Raspberry installation. I will be sharing you in the chat box also, and I'll be sharing this PPT with the organizers also. You can go with it, and I tell you, it is not something very much difficult. The thing is that you need to specify whether you are going with a hardware kind of a tool, or whether you are going with an automation type of a tool in terms of a simulated environment. So we at Jamia Hamdard are observing all types of rules in order to fight this COVID-19 pandemic. But I can tell you, the most important thing is that you need to connect your technology with the world in this current pandemic scenario. So this is very important scenario, and we need to utilize this time in order to develop something, to learn something new. These are all my mail IDs and my Google Scholar and Mendeley citations. You can go through it and check it and connect with me whenever required. But now is that time is that I'll be available for the next session also. So if anybody wants to ask, you can ask. You can please ask.
Excuse me, ma'am. Madam, can you simulation-based platform where without hardware
So I told you
simulate
Node-RED. You can go, best is Node-RED, and that is also cloud-based
Node-RED.
platform. Yes, it's the best, and it's a very easy to work, because if you have little bit comfort on Java or a little bit the Node.js environment, and I'll be sharing the links also. That it's a direct download step, and just typing 4-5 commands on the your terminal, and it gets installed, and you can directly start working with the. You get a dashboard, and you get a window where you can start working with the platform in which you have a simulator kind of environment. Best is Node-RED.
Okay. Okay.
And if you are going towards an app development, then you can go towards the platform IOE. That is also efficient. But I think if you are preferring the simulation environment, then it's best you can go towards the Node-RED and the Node.js environment.
Okay.
You can post your queries in chat box also.
I'll be sharing the links also. So these are some installation links. You can easily because it is not a very difficult process, and easy to connect.
Any other queries?
Use case demo, ma'am, in Node-RED. Yes, ma'am, maybe in the uh, I have a session on the day after tomorrow that can be done, because this system doesn't have that installed. So I'll get that, and after the day after tomorrow session, we'll be giving a use case demo on that also. So by the time this particular, you can check this, ma'am, you can all install that also, and we can have a demo on day after tomorrow. I'll be coming with that particular system setup in which we can see the working of the Node-RED environment. By the time, you can just install the Node-RED in your systems and keep that as a backup, and then we can check that.
Yes, any other queries?